Hello folks, and happy Saturday. We are pretty excited today. We're going out on a trail that we haven't ridden very many times, and our daughter Brooke is out with us.
Hello.
She's in the middle on the white Lectric XP, and Lisa is up in the very front, and she's riding my black Lectric XP, and I am riding my green Rattan 750 LM. And we kind of got a little bit of a late start today, but we're out here. We're going to try to ride as much as we can today, and it's been a while since, my heavens, Brooke hasn't ridden with us since way back in the early summer when she had that regular bike. But since I've got the Rattan now, she's got an electric bike to ride, so she can keep up with us now. How are you liking it, Brooke?
I like it.
Good.
Definitely easier to pedal, huh? Yeah.
That's right. I need to get a mirror put on this bike. You can see the handlebar mirrors that we have on the other two. But honestly, I've got only 22 miles on this bike, so haven't had a chance to ride that much because of wintertime. This is what, March the 20th maybe?
It's the 19th.
Oh, I thought yesterday was the 19th.
No, today.
Okay. March the 19th, so we're starting to get into our spring now. We still may have a couple odd cold mornings, cold days, but hopefully we'll at least be in the 60s most of the time. We're around 60 now, probably.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
And tomorrow is the first day of spring.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the first day of spring. I didn't know that. See, that's a good thing we have Brooke along.
Yep.
Keep us straight. Brooke just had a birthday. Well, I guess it was a couple weekends ago.
March 8th.
Yeah. But she just turned 12. So it's hard to believe. Hard to believe. So this is actually called the West Fork River Trail. This goes from the kind of the south part of Fairmont, and it'll go all the way down to Shinston, West Virginia. There's one of the maps that they usually have at each trailhead, letting you know where you're going and where you are and all that good stuff.
Yeah, they called this part the Ralph S. LaRue, named after Mr. LaRue, West Fork River Trail. Just
Yeah.
so you know what that pond said back there.
Yeah. Yep. So this thing starts out with a pretty steep gravel road into it.
Yeah.
We push our bikes down there because even just walking, hitting the brakes, it pretty much makes the tires slide and lock up. It's real loose gravel, and it's very, very steep. So, but it's not very long, maybe 50 yards or so. Well, not even that far, maybe 30, 40 yards. But then it's that finely cut limestone, I guess. But then it turns into this paved trail, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
And this goes down along the West Fork River, which is over here to our right. And so Lisa's getting a phone call, I hear.
Who is I have no idea. Ow.
There's no idea. So, go ahead. So just to let everybody know, most people that watch my videos know about the electric e-bikes. I've done about 60 videos on electric bikes. So in our videos, now that we've got this Rattan, I'll kind of talk about both and kind of compare them a little bit. As most of you know, I'm a pretty decent sized guy, and this bike has a 13 amp hour battery. Now the last video I posted, I did a little, kind of a quick little tour below the New River Gorge Bridge in Fayetteville, West Virginia. And I haven't charged this bike since then. And as you can see here on the power indicator, I've still got all of my bars. Well, actually, I guess it comes across from left to right, so I do have one bar missing. But there's about 10 of those bars, so still have a good bit of life in here. And I think I rode about 20 miles during that ride, just riding back and forth, maybe 15. Once the weather gets nicer and we get on some longer trails and have more time during the day, I'll be able to have a fully charged battery and kind of give you an idea of how long a 13 amp hour battery lasts. And these work for pretty much all bikes, like I've always said. Most of them are so similar. The only thing that you're really deciding on are the options that you like on the bikes. You know, they pretty much have the same Bafang type motor, the same battery with either Panasonic cells or, you know, whatever cells they are, but you know, most of them are pretty much similar. The only difference is the size of the motor, the wattage, and the amp hours of the battery. So it'll be interesting as we go through the summer with me on this one, how it compares with the Lectrics. Now these are the Lectric 1.0s, the XPs. They're not the 2.0. So they actually have I think it's a 10.4 amp hour battery. I think the 2.0s have a 9 amp hour battery or 9.4 or something like that. Slightly smaller battery, but they also have smaller tires. They've got the 3-inch wide, whereas these original Lectric XPs have the 4-inch tires, just like the one I'm riding. It has 4-inch tires, 4-inch wide by 20-inch tires. So this will be a pretty good apples to apples. You know, they've got the same size tires. I'm a whole heck of a lot heavier than both of these girls. So if I get anywhere close to, you know, the same battery when we're done, kind of give you an idea. You know, if you can afford it, the bigger motor and the bigger battery, the better. Especially if you have hills. Those Lectric XPs, I mean, you guys have seen the videos that I've had put up on my site. I mean, I've gone through all kinds of different types of terrain, hills, loose rock, packed rock, concrete, dirt, grass, mud, a little bit of snow. And, you know, those Lectrics have gotten me everywhere I wanted to go. The biggest difference I've noticed in the motor size is this one gets me going up hills a lot quicker than the electric bikes. Yep. So that'll be interesting to see as we go on forward through the summer. But Lisa and I found a bunch of good trails over toward where we went sleigh riding, which I made a video of that. Over by
Elkins, Blackwater Falls, Elkins, or Parsons.
Parsons, that's what I'm thinking. Elkins to Parsons. Up toward Blackwater Falls, up through the mountains. But it's a rail trail, so it shouldn't be too bad. But we'd like to get out on that sometime during the summer. We'll have some longer trips, some more scenic trips. Should be pretty fun. We're looking forward to it. Lisa's been out a time or two on a bike by herself, and she won't video when I'm not with her.
I like JP to do all the talking.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi.
But I've had some comments, people watching some of my older videos, since we haven't been able to post a ton during the wintertime. And they've given me all kinds of different bikes that I should check out. And, you know, a lot of them are very similar to this Rattan. The same size motor, same size battery. This Rattan has shocks on the front. And of course it comes with a shock seat post. It's got dual, oh shoot, what do you call it? Anyway, it's got mechanical brakes.
Disc brakes?
Yeah, disc brakes, that's what I'm trying to think about. But it's got dual disc brakes. They're 180 millimeter discs. The Lectrics, I think, are 160 millimeter. I'm no brake specialist, so I can't tell you really the difference. I assume the 180 millimeter may, I don't know if it stops you easier or not. Maybe it does, since you have a bigger disc. But I don't notice a heck of a lot of difference, to be honest with you. I can stop pretty fine with both. Brooke's taking off now.
Figured out the gas. I figured that out a while ago. Well, my arms are tired. Yeah. Because of how far out the handle is.
Yep.
Yeah. You have to look at the scenery, look at the river. It looks green. It does look green. Not real anymore. No.
Yeah.
Can you believe all these leaves that fell? Wow.
You know, you really kind of do want the rivers to look a little bit green. That means they have algae in there.
Wow.
The bugs will eat the algae, then the fish will eat the bugs, and so on and so on. If you don't have any algae, you've got no bugs, you've got no food for the fish. So, it's actually looking pretty good over there.
Yeah, it's stalking our streets here in West Virginia. It almost looks kind of like tealish. Yeah. Like it's pretty color. Yeah, that's your favorite color, isn't it? No, it's not. Yellow is my favorite color. All right.
You know, I was just thinking about some of the comments that I've had, people asking me some things. You know, in my first one or two videos where I was talking about this Rattan pretty much specifically, I was talking about, you know, how fast it'll go. It'll beat the Lectrics in kind of a drag race because it's got a bigger motor. We actually did a video where I was on this one and Lisa on the Lectric, and then Lisa was on this one, I was on the Lectric. Both times, even with me on this thing, I just pull away from the Lectric with that 500 watt motor. But once we get going, she can overtake me. And it's because I've got our Lectrics unlocked, and they'll actually go about 28 miles an hour. But this Rattan, I've seen different screens on the Rattans. I've got the GD06 computer, and I have tried changing the speed on the submenus, and nothing changes. I cannot get it to go over 20. So it tops out at 20. I've had some people that have Rattans say that they can go 30 miles an hour and theirs unlock, but I believe they have a different computer than what I have. I don't know if I have the old one or the newer one. So I can't really speak to, if you were to buy one, how fast it'll go, because I'm not sure what the brand new ones have. I just got this one in November or December, and you know, the company sent it to me, so I don't know if they sent me one that's an older computer or the newer computer.
So I'm sure you could just ask Rattan.
Yeah, so the GDO, yeah, the GDO6 does not unlock at 20 miles an hour. It pretty much cuts you off if you're just using throttle or just moving the pedals to use the pedal assist. I imagine if you you know, get bigger cogs and things for your bike, you can probably pedal it faster than that with your own power. But as far as just the bike power itself, that's 20 is as fast as you can go. Lectrics, you can get up to about 28 if you just move the pedals enough to make the pedal assist kick in. You don't have to help it at all. Throttle with electrics still tops out at 20 by itself. But I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with this Rattan. And it's made just as sturdy as the Lectrics or the Friends, or I had a guy leave a message just a day or two ago, and I couldn't even pronounce the bike from the comments, so I can't remember what it is now, but it started with a V. But it sounded really much like this one, a whole lot like this one. And this one does have the brake light. Every time you hit your brakes, the back light lights up, whether your lights are on or not, which is a pretty nice feature that the Lectrics don't have.
Coming up around ya.
To the left, Brooke.
Thank you. This is a little bit busy road up here, Brooke, so just kind of be on caution. How cute.
Yeah, they came out with their, that looks like paint, doesn't it?
I think it is.
Thought it was sidewalk chalk.
I don't know.
I believe it's paint, because I think it was there last time I came through here. It's a little bit windy out here. I hope it's not messing up the sound too much.
Okay. Go ahead, Brooke. Nobody's coming?
Yeah.
I'm thirsty. Take a little pause up here. Off here and we get a drink, I guess, yeah. Oh, don't.
All right, remember, slow down, go off frontwards if you need to. There you go. All right, we just stopped for a quick water break before we take off. I thought I'd give you a little lineup of the bikes. There's my black Lectric, Lisa's white Lectric, step through, the 1.0s, and then the Rattan. I really like that army green and black. That's pretty nice. I've gotten stopped 100 times on this Rattan, people wanting to know what it was and where I got it and all that stuff. They're different. Okay, ready? That's all right, and off we go. Back out on the trail.
So I figure we go out here 4 miles and then we go back. Okay. Okay.
Okay. We're at 3.6 now.
Yeah.
About.
Yeah, I don't want to lose daylight, and I know your camera doesn't pick up a lot. Whoa! Yeah, be careful. Woohoo! I was speeding through it, so there's a Yeah, we'll head out here on this trail again. This is a good trail. Yeah. You don't have a lot of starting and stopping. I'd like to make it all the way to Shinston sometime, but I know we couldn't make it back, so
Yeah.
I'll try to ride it myself someday. Maybe.
So, Brooke, this is a lot better than the regular pedal bike, huh?
Yeah, a lot better. What do you think? Turn around right up here at this opening? I think that might be 4 miles, so yeah. Yep, 4 miles.
Yeah, I hit 4 miles just a little bit before you guys.
I still haven't hit 4 miles, so it still says 3.9. I have. Hit it? Yeah. There, I just hit it. Here's the evening bug crickets coming out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I haven't heard that for several months.
Do you turn here? Yeah, we're going to turn here. Oh, I suck at turning. Yeah, be careful. I got it. Good job. Because I am so cool. Because I am so cool. Your 12-year-old is so cool.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out on this Rattan's computer real quick, it shows the watts right here. It's got a little W. If people can see that at home, whenever I start, it pulls about 980 watts starting out. So that kind of gives you an idea of the strength of this motor, 750 watt motor. I think the Lectric's, what's the 2?
I went up to a 2.
Oh.
Yeah, mine's 4.2. How about just bump your pedal assist up to 2, Brooke? That way you don't have to use your gas. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to. I like using the gas. Okay. Sorry, honey. We cut into your conversation there.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, whenever you have Brooke along and she's learning the bike and stuff, you kind of have to do that from time to time. But, yeah, what I was saying is I pull, whenever I just start out using the throttle in this bike, it peaks at 980 some watts, just starting out. I think the Lectric's peak in the 750 or so watt range. So that kind of gives you an idea. You know, if I were to, you know, put it up in pedal assist 4 or 5 and take off, it would probably peak a little bit higher. I think the highest peak I've seen on this 750 watt motor is about 1200 watts, 1200 and some watts. I've seen it peak at, which is pretty stiff. And there's been a couple times where I've almost pulled a wheelie starting out on this thing. And the electrics start out pretty stiff too. I mean, they've got some pretty strong pickup as well. But anyway, the biggest thing about this bike that, it's got that it's got that automatic cruise. If you're using the throttle and you let off, it'll just stay going, which is, if you've had some experience with an electric bike, that's not too big of a deal. But the thing that I wish was different is the throttle will only take you as fast as the pedal assist will take you. The electrics, you can be on pedal assist 1 and you can hammer down the throttle and you can get up to 20. Well, this, if I'm on pedal assist 1 and I just hammer down the throttle, I can only go 6 or 7 miles an hour at top speed. So you have to use the up and down the pedal assist buttons a lot on this bike, which again isn't too big of a deal if you're used to electric bikes. For a first-time user, this one takes a little bit more concentration than the electrics or the ones that don't operate that way. So the electric just does have an ease of use advantage, I think, over this one for sure.
Slow down, there's a car coming across the bridge.
Yeah, go slow and try to time it so you don't have to stop if you don't want to. Just slow. Okay.
No one's coming.
All right, we're clear both ways. What pedal assist are you on, Brooke?
1.
Okay. You just use the throttle to catch up.
There's a goose, Mom. There's a few.
A goose?
Right up here.
It's a geese. Watch out, those things can be territorial now. If you get too close. I'm trying to clear the way for you. Okay, going up in ahead of me now. I've had somebody also ask me about these helmets. These are Sena R1 helmets, S-E-N-A R1. I think with these with the R1s, you can connect up to 4 helmets, I think. But Sena has some other ones that you can have an unlimited amount. They're a good bit more expensive. But I never figured that we'd ever have more than 4 helmets.
Uneven surface. Yeah.
But you can also connect them wirelessly with Bluetooth to your phone. So you can answer and make calls through your helmet, hands-free. You can listen to music from your phone. You can turn down the volume, change the tracks. And it also has an FM receiver. And you can go through your FM dial and listen to your favorite FM radio station if you're by yourself.
Yeah, can you just go through music on this and not even have to use the phone?
Yes. Oh, no. Well, yeah, you can do the FM radio through it.
Yeah, you can listen to your music, like if you have music or your Pandora.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can listen to any kind of music. So they're pretty nice, but as you guys can see, we can just comfortably talk and hear each other instead of having to yell and scream. You see how far Lisa is from me right now, and she wouldn't be able to hear me if I screamed. My voice is kind of low.
Right, right.
I'd have to really scream for her to hear me, so I can just talk leisurely. Makes it so nice when you're riding with some people.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
yeah. So again, they're called the Senna R1. And they come in black like mine. You can get the blue top like theirs. There's
White and red, wasn't there?
I think so. Yeah, there's white. They have several different color combinations.
So we got to ride to the little town of Monongah.
Yep.
And back. My arm hurt. Yeah. That's why I keep putting mine down a little bit. I need to.
That's not the... Whoa. Brooke, you okay? You about bit it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Hey, is that the Humane Society over there on the left?
Yes. But they moved. So that's the old site.
Oh.
I'm not sure where their new site is because I follow them on Facebook.
Okay.
I always sound. Yeah, be careful doing that one arm thing because hit a bump or pedal at the same time and hit a bump. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I only hit a bump.
Keep both hands on the steering wheel on your bars.
Yeah, I think she was resting her arm, but yeah, that gets to be tough. Here comes that hill. You're going to need your throttle.
Well, it was a nice little bit of an incline, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that coming down.
Yeah. Man, y'all are back there. Yeah, man, you're up there.
Okay, I hope everybody enjoyed our quick ride today. Everybody got to hear Brooke quite a bit. But yeah, we're looking forward to getting out soon on some brand new trails and you know, for longer periods of time, trying to do some exploration. So that'll be coming soon. So
stay tuned. Subscribe.
Yeah, what she said.
And hit the bell so you can get reminded whenever he posts.
Leave it to the youngins that know all that stuff.
Yeah, well, hey, I like that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, sticking around with us, and those of you that leave comments, I love it. I love to say hi to everybody that stops by and takes a minute to drop a comment to us. But until next time, I hope everybody's enjoying their day. God bless, and we will see you on the next video.